Hey everyone, I made this video today to talk about some of the restrictions that Twitch has put in place over the last month, and basically, well, in regards to two things. The first thing was a category restriction that was more based, affected streamers more, and then just recently they've made a chat restriction that I'm going to talk about second. And want to know what you guys think about the chat restriction more so, because that one's newer and I don't even think I've seen many streamers react to it. But the first part I'm going to show you is some streamers reacting to the blind playthrough tag being removed, which was the category restriction. And here's just some of the takes I liked of a few streamers talking about that.
Every single time that I did a blind playthrough of a game, the goal of that word was to degrade people with disabilities. I want to let you know that. It wasn't because it was a metaphor that was used in the English language for thousands of years. Of course not. The sole and only goal of me using the word blind playthrough was to degrade people with disabilities. Because I am a terrible person, and that was my only intent whenever I did that thing. I'm sorry, guys. But it's good to see people like, I'm not going to show their name on stream because then they'll probably get harassed by my stupid fucking viewers. Some of you guys make...
To any bodily anything becomes ableist? Is that how... What was your view on the blind playthrough shit? So without, shit posting an argument, I'm legitimately wondering, does every single reference to any single thing that you can possibly do or not do with your body, is that necessarily, ableist now? So, for instance, if I have an expression of, I'm jumping for joy, or I need to, I'm running late, are these things all ableist because not everybody can jump or not everybody can run? Or... is turn a blind eye, or is mute or deafen on Discord, are all of these things now forms of ableism? I don't know, that's really crazy to me. Can we roll out? Is that triggering wheelchair people? I don't know, holy shit.
Boom pop guys in B
okay,
word.
Listen, if I say that if I use this thumbs up for a nefarious cause, and I tell you guys that this means something really bad, and let's say 1 million of you guys start using this as a bad thing, we still shouldn't ban that. Because even those 1 million, that's 1 million out of 7 billion people that use that. Or 5 billion that use that. It's a small fraction.
The same half blind
you give negative people all the control if you do that. The exact cause that you're fighting against, you fight for it now.
They can even laugh and
you're giving all the power. Then they control what they want to do with words and signs and they can do whatever they want. What a weird... What a weird duality.
Alright, so yeah, those, I wanted to show you guys that because, really I did agree with some of their takes. Basically, Asmongold talking about, the streamer's intent, definitely wasn't to, target blind people when they were using that initially. Some of the points Destiny made about ableism, I just feel like there's... if you focus in on blind playthrough, I think there are a lot of there could be other terms that are very close and, should also receive the same kind of scrutiny, right? Where do you draw the line kind of thing? And then basically the point that XQC made about giving all the power to the negative people. I think that those are some of the problems I see with Twitch putting this restriction in place. And you really do have to wonder if this is coming, from the blind community, or this is really just Twitch, making decisions, on their own. And I'm thinking it's on Twitch making decisions on their own because of the next restriction I'm going to talk about the chat restriction that was put in place more recently. This one was back in the beginning of December that Twitch did the blind playthrough. But let me go ahead and show you guys the this clip of the chat restrictions they put in.
Mike,
So
we're going to bring you back.
Come back here and let's play it. Oops. I think I messed it up. Bear with me a sec.
Practices, and that does include negative.
Where'd it go? Alright.
Halo with
Whoops.
me.
That's not the one.
Practices, and that does include negatively targeting another person with sexually focused terms. So using terms like simp, incel, or virgin is an insult. To negatively refer to another person's sexual activity is not allowed under this new policy. And in addition to the policy change, we're also proactively denying emotes that include the term simp, and we'll remove them when reported, and we'll keep doing that once the policy changes.
All right, so and that was the big one. And so the words simp, incel, and virgin will not be banned in all situations. Twitch will only take action when they're used for harassment. But if you're familiar with these terms, and if you may not be, simp is really just anyone that's going to kind of do anything, kind of bend over backwards for someone's attention, right? You say they're simping when they're really they'll do anything to get that person's attention. And incel is actually short, involuntary celibate, and that's just kind of referring to someone that hasn't had sex, right, but not by their choosing. So all insults, but I basically personally really have to wonder where this comes from. If people, if they're getting feedback that people are really being bullied by these words, and it's really negatively affecting them, I guess from my standpoint, I don't want to be ignorant to it, but it's not something that's I don't think I've ever been targeted by. But overall, I do think Twitch has more inclusion issues when it comes to like women, and not necessarily because who's this going to I would think this would target basically younger men, which it has been shown as a strong majority of Twitch's audience, younger men. But yeah, I think this was some of the streamers before on the blind playthrough had referred to a slippery slope, and I think this is the outcome of that. And really, like all things with the internet, I just think trying to ban things like this is not the way, right? How a teenager, what's the best way to get a teenager to do something? Tell them not to do it, right? And you can kind of see here in this article that highlights Twitch yesterday grabbed headlines by announcing that the words simp, virgin, and incel have been banned. And interestingly, the usage of the word simp has doubled compared to its average over the last 15 days. So that's pretty hilarious, right? That they didn't know, but it's kind of like, what did you expect kind of thing, really, for me. So yeah, since it is so new, I also want to know what you guys think about these new bans. If you really even notice it, if you watch Twitch on the regular, I am interested to see what streamers have to say about this over time. But yeah, please don't forget to like and subscribe if you like the video. I'll catch you guys next time.